Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
Isn't he marvellous, eh? All you've got to do is wind him up, point him towards the camera, and he's away. 4 little batteries, and he'll run for a month.
Did you say something, Eric?
Nothing of great importance, sir, and you know that. I'll leave all the intelligent stuff for you.
Naturally, of course.
Of course. We'll be finishing early tonight. I think we will.
Why, are you going somewhere?
Can I keep a secret?
I'm not one to give him to betraying a confidence.
You're not one to give him to betraying a confidence.
No.
Well,
that was a good twist.
it was a good twist.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll twist you later on as well.
I'm not given to betraying a confidence.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Yes. What do you mean good enough?
Hold on.
Yes.
10 o'clock tonight, what do you think?
What was it? I didn't see it.
Huh?
I didn't see it. What was it?
That's why I'm wearing this, you see. It's,
Yes.
it's a membership card for it.
A membership card for what?
I'm in the club.
In the club?
Yes, I've joined the cinema club.
The cinema club?
Underground movies.
I didn't know you were interested in trains.
I don't know why I work with him. I honestly don't know why I work with him.
Cinema club?
Yes.
Well, what's showing?
Everything, I'm told.
Cinema club, underground... Just a moment.
A little spark, a little light. Not quite dead.
Cinema club, underground movies. I get it.
Good, I'll come with you. Where?
I've seen the posters outside
Yeah.
that cinema.
Dirty little devil.
Women without any... And they're writhing in the middle of a field with that expression on their face.
Could be nettles.
Could be nettles. Mucky movies.
Not mucky movies.
yes.
Oh, no, they're not.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they're showing a cowboy film tonight.
A cowboy film?
Yes.
What's it called?
High Nude. Noon. High Noon.
Actors and actresses without any, you know...
Well, they're foreign films.
Foreign films?
Yes.
What's so different about a foreign film?
Well, you don't see anything, do you? The subtitles go right across the bottom, if you'll pardon the expression. It's a clever one.
If you go and see...
Right in about that one.
If you go and see that film, I will lose all respect for you.
Ah, well, you're old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned?
Tell about that suit.
Old-fashioned? There's nothing old-fashioned about human dignity and self-respect. There's nothing old-fashioned about playing life with a straight bat.
Oh, yes, but...
Don't give me the yes. Hold aloft the flag of freedom. You are worthy and capable of better things. Now tell me, Eric, such a film?
She recommended it. Gets in at half price on the pension book. Just a quick flash every now and again. Excuse me.
Would you take your mother?
No, I wouldn't, of course not.
Of course you wouldn't.
Well,
Learn to lead an orderly and decent life. You should say to yourself before you go to bed tonight, what have I done wrong today?
I wouldn't get any sleep, would I?
Eric, tear up that membership card. Tear it up.
Ah,
Please,
that's
please.
25 guineas.
Tear up that membership card.
All right, just for you. Right, into the song. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Good night, folks.
Tear up that membership.
Had you done?
No, you didn't.
Didn't I?
You're cheating.
Oh.
Tear it up.
Well, you could be right.
Into 4. Into 8.
It's harder, you know.
Into 16.
Now you're going to have difficulty.
Into 36.
Well, you were close. Give my love to the bride.
Eric, I'm proud of you. Really. Great moment.
Might as well tear these up as well. I want these, will I?
Sir, what are they?
Well, with being a member, you see, they send you these pictures of the forthcoming attractions.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
No, I'm not showing you these. You looking at these going, ooh, eh?
Please, don't be disgusting. I wouldn't go, ooh, eh! Come, see, let's have a look at that.
That's the forthcoming attraction for July.
Is it really?
Can't wait for August.
What's that one there?
That's on tonight.
Yeah, that is disgusting and degrading.
It is, isn't it? Why do they always get the socks on? You're right, though. disgusting and degrading.
It certainly is.
I shouldn't really look at them.
No. What time does it start?
Well, the look on your face, I think it started already.
Have it down in no time.
Sir!
Good morning, fellow.
You weren't?
This tree?
Yes.
Down in 2 minutes.
You jest, sire. You chop down that tree, and you destroy our local heritage.
I'm sorry.
Sir! I crave a moment of your time. And if after that moment you are of the same opinion, then you may chop down this tree.
What's so special about this tree?
Have you not seen, faint, but yet still visible?
Initial.
Ah.
An I.
Aha.
And an N. I-N.
I-N. Does not the name Isaac Newton convey anything to you, sir?
Isaac Newton?
Isaac Newton?
The laws of gravity?
The very same.
You mean that he sat under
Right here, when he was a young man, he sat under this very tree, examining his equations. There was no one about.
Go on.
When of a sudden, Granny Smith, kaploink, straight on his head.
Granny Smith kaploink straight on his head?
It was then, sir, as all schoolboys know, he invented concussion.
Get out of my way, please.
Sir, please, I beg you.
Look, I cannot stand here all day listening to the foolish talk of a country cider squeezer.
Sir, even a hardened city dweller such as yourself has some spark of romance left in his soul.
I am not without feeling. But I cannot give my time freely to something which is of no consequence.
Your sophistication is too much for me, sir.
Then get out of the way.
Sir! If you are a romantic, I will beg you to look once more.
B.L. loves T.R.?
Of course.
How romantic.
Isn't it?
Are they married now?
No, it's a sad little tale.
You mean they're both?
In prison. Two strange boys.
Out of my way, please.
Then the curse of old Mother Pentecost be upon ye. She will put a curse on ye, sir.
Don't make me laugh with your rustic drivel.
Sir, I beg ye, one final look at the tree.
J.C.
The lad himself.
J.C.?
The very same.
You don't mean...
John Constable.
John Constable?
Yes.
One of our most famous painters?
Of course.
Stood upon this very spot?
John Constable stood upon this very spot when he painted his most famous painting, Flatford Mill.
But Flatford Mill is over 150 miles away from here.
He used a very long brush.
I'm sorry, but this tree has got to come down.
I beg ye, sir, do not shake e tree.
It's got to come down before it falls down.
I beg ye, sir, do not shake e tree.
But this tree is not safe.
It's not safe, that tree. We'll finish off in the barn. Come on.
Hello, it's very nice to see you again. I do hope you're having a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time last week. I went to a party in Hollywood. It was a wonderful party. All the stars of the silver screen were there. And as I came through the door, standing by the piano was none other than Jimmy Cagney, who said to me, "Say, Ernie Wines, you dirty rat, one peep out of you, and I'm going to fill you full of lead, you dirty rat." Yeah, you see what I mean?
Doing the impressions.
Yeah.
Day on the farm, is this? A day on the farm?
Day on the farm, no.
I thought it was a day on the farm. I thought that was a rooster.
No,
You were doing the rooster there.
The Hollywood party.
Hollywood party?
Yes, I was doing, not the rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. I was doing Jimmy Cagney.
I thought it was that one.
No, I was doing Jimmy Cagney.
Jimmy Cagney.
Yeah. We're laughing at.
Not a lot.
Do you want to do the Hollywood party?
Good Lord, no. Why should I do the Hollywood party? You bringing it back? You've made it famous, Ernie Weiss.
Well, don't interfere.
Oh.
As I was saying, as I arrived at this Hollywood party, standing by the piano was Jimmy Cagney, who said to me, "You listen here, you dirty rat. One peep out of you, and I'll fill you full of lead. Get me the DA on the phone." Get off!
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle do or die. A real-life nephew of my Uncle Sam.
Just get off!
Hold on. You only do the easy ones.
The
don't
easy ones.
You only do the anybody can do the Jimmy Cagney.
Oh, yes.
You'll be doing your Cary Grant next, won't you? Ladies and gentlemen, very nice to be here. Absolutely marvellous at your Hollywood party. Then after that, you'll do your Jimmy Stewart. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I must say, fabulous, ladies and gentlemen, being here. Then you'll do your Humphrey Bogart. That's the way it's got to be, sweetheart.
You just done my act. I've got nothing left now. Those were all my best impressions.
Well, why don't you do some of the hard ones, not the easy ones, some of the hard ones?
Hard ones?
Yes.
Like who?
Arnold Fringe.
Arnold Fringe? Arnold Fringe? I've never heard of Arnold Fringe, who's he?
Ladies and gentlemen, well, I was at a Hollywood party quite recently. The stars of the silver screen and radio. Stood next to the piano was Jimmy Cagney. And stood next to Jimmy Cagney was Arnold Fringe, who said, "Hello, Eric, how are you?"
Who was that?
Arnold Fringe.
I've never heard of Arnold Fringe. He's not a film star.
I'm the only one that can do him. Nobody else can do him.
No,
I can do them all. I can. Anybody, you name him, I can do them all.
Basil Rathbone.
Eh?
Basil Rathbone.
Ladies and gentlemen, quite recently, I was at a Hollywood party for the stars of the silver screen and radio. And stood next to the piano was Jimmy Cagney, who stood next to Arnold Fringe. And as they were chatting, who should walk by but Basil Rathbone, who said, "Ow!" as the piano lid fell on his hand.
I never heard Basil Rathbone go, "Ow!" when he played the part of Sherlock Holmes.
Because the piano lid didn't fall on his hand, did it? Anybody I can do. You name him, boom, I'm in.
Joan Crawford.
What's he been done recently? What's he done recently?
Joan Crawford. Go on.
He's a woman, isn't he?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, quite recently, I was at a Hollywood party for the stars of the silver screen and the radio. And who should be there but Jimmy Cagney, stood next to Arnold Fringe, who was stood next to Basil Rathbone. As they were stood there, who should walk by but Joan Crawford, who went, "Oh!" And Jimmy Cagney said, "It was none of us three."
I have never heard so much rubbish in all my life.
Well, I tried to get away with it.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You've ruined my act and you've spoilt it. Really, I'm disgusted with you.
That's the best Bet Davis you've ever done, that. You know that?
I'm not doing Bet Davis.
Do Shirley Temple.
Ooh, on the good ship.
He loves it.
Bits the high ship.
Yankee Doodle.
And dream of
Yankee Doodle.
on the good ship.
Oh, die.
Hi, Yankee Doodle.
It's a great life. Go get the things that you're after. Hold out for good times and laughter. This is your chance, so go for the day. It's a great life. Why don't you reach out and take it? Just jump to the top and you'll make it. Stick with your dreams and you'll find your way. Straight ahead, you'll go through 1,000 doors. Straight ahead, the world can be yours. In this great life, you'll find all of your secret. Love is the one thing with keeping. Yes, love will come if you got the love to give. It's a great life. Straight ahead, you go through 1,000 doors. Straight ahead, the world can be yours. In this great life, you'll find in all of your seeking. Love is the one thing we're keeping. Yes, love will come if you got the love to give. It's a great such a great
My dear Keats,
Lord Byron.
2 points meet.
Oh, what a treat. May I sit down?
Please take a seat. I do admire the poems you write.
I wrote another one last night.
What did you call it?
The Heavenly Trumpet.
What would you like?
Have you got any crumpet?
How about you, sir?
No crumpet for me, thank you, my dear.
Between you and me, I think he's a...
I'll take some tea.
With lemon?
A slice.
And 2 pieces of cake.
That sounds very nice. The brain of the poet brightens, then flickers.
You give her 5 bob, she's sure you win it good.
My pen's laid idle long enough. I'll write a poem straight off the cuff. First a swallow, then a wren. Rise and swoop, then rise again. A primrose blinks its yellow eye, but only the bumblebee knows why.
You're a genius to think of that all of a sudden. I've got one here I think is a good one. 2 cows eating grass on a warm, sunny hillock. I thought tomorrow that grass will be millock.
Miller, that won't work.
Of course it will, you great big Burke.
Follow art, you cast a slur. I bid you good day, sir.
You're a lovely young maiden, from what I can see.
Please, will you write a poem for me?
My poem will bring you lasting fame. I'll make a rhyme about your name.
My name, sir, is Kitty.
It's got me beat. I just can't make it out. Just can't understand it at all. The market's down 4 points.
It's got me beat as well. Desperate Dan's just eaten 4 cow pies and he's still hungry.
What are you talking about?
Desperate Dan.
Desperate Dan?
He's in this comic every week. Good Lord, look at that. He's just stopped a train with his chin. He's a big lad, isn't he?
Why don't you grow up? I'm trying to study big business.
A little less lust for money and more fun. That's what we want in this world today.
So we both read comics. Who looks after the financial side of things? Who pays all the bills?
Let me a pen.
No, I'm using it.
You can borrow mine, then.
What are you doing?
I join all the dots up in this comic, you see.
Running all the dots up?
Yeah. You join up all the dots.
Yeah.
And it makes a picture.
That must be very difficult.
No, it's easy. You just follow the numbers and the dots. Hey, you got that. That's disgusting, that is. Comics haven't half changed since I was a lad, I'll tell you.
Don't you think it's about time that you grew up and accepted your responsibilities?
A few more Peter Pans like me in this world, and this world will be a better place to live in.
Then read your comics and leave me to attend to business matters.
It's a great story in this comic, Ern.
Yeah?
A topping yarn, it says here.
Well, you read if it's all that topping.
Dick Darcy stood before the headmaster of St. Jim's. I give you my word of honour, sir, he said with his head held high and firmness in his voice. I have no earthly idea how matron's knickers came to be in my school bag.
That is disgusting, and it doesn't say that. You know that. Really, leave me to work in peace. I'm engrossed in high finance.
High finance?
Yes.
With those legs?
Impossible.
I've been with you when you've gone to the bank. Your little head just sticking above the top of the counter. All the bank clerks whispering to one another, look out, Sooty's back.
Sooty's back. Can I get on with my work?
You call that work? You don't need brains for that.
Well, in that case, you should find it easy. You do the finance, then.
I'm busy, aren't I?
Yes, reading comics. You are as thick as a Docker's sandwich.
What does that mean?
It means that I know. Don't try and bluff me, because I know. We went to the same school together, didn't we? We were in the same class, so I know all about you, mate.
We're off again, are we?
Yes.
All our yesterdays, is it? Milverton Street School again, I suppose?
Yes, Milverton Street School.
You keep bringing that one up when it suits you, don't you?
You're the one talking about the brains.
I was good at sums. Adding up, takeaways, long division. I could do them all.
Really?
Yes, really. You ask me any sum you like.
All right, what's 12 times 12?
Now ask me one that I like.
Hopeless.
Gold stars I got in my sum book.
Gold star?
Off Miss.
Yes. You used to nick them out of her desk at playtime and put them in your book on your own, didn't you?
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Miss gave them to me. Full of ticks, my book was full of ticks, VGs, and 9s out of 10s.
I saw what she wrote in your book. She wrote, "You must try harder."
That was nothing to do with sums. That was personal between me and Miss.
You were the laughingstock of the class, you were. Laughingstock, the big fool. No wonder I went up to 1A and you went down to 4C.
Read your paper.
We couldn't wait for teacher to get you to answer questions in the class. It's a funny... Morecambe, where do we get Demerara sugar from? Do you know what you said? From the co-op, miss. Go up, mate. So... Oh,
What about PT then, eh?
What?
What about PT?
Well, what about PT, matey?
I could lose you a PT,
Lose
matey.
me a PT?
Yes.
That's physical, isn't it?
And you're mental.
Yeah.
Every time we had PT, there was that note again from your mother. Please excuse Ernest from PT. He has a weak chest and mustn't take his vest off.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault if I had a weak chest.
Could have been all that weak.
What do you mean?
Well, I've kept this to myself all these years, but now that the knives are out and fully honed...
Go on.
I saw you one playtime behind the bike shed with Rita Greenough.
You never saw me behind the bike shed with Rita Greenough.
It was after that I had to start wearing glasses.
You never saw me behind the bike shed with Rita Greenough.
I met her last week and she's still laughing.
You never saw me behind the bike shed with Rita Greenough. Because you were jealous. Jealous of me at school.
What for? Why I gotta be jealous of?
Because I was better dressed than you.
Better dressed?
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
You didn't start wearing long trousers till your dad went on nights.
At least my father didn't come home and knock my mother about.
Your father dead, knock your mother about. Who'd want to tackle King Kong in a pinny?
What about the time we joined the Cubs?
What about the time we joined the Cubs then?
Who was the first to get a woggle?
Me! You've never had a woggle in your life!
And this all started, didn't it? It all started because you know nothing about money and finance and investments.
Who does?
You know. Don't know anything about it.
Put your money in that.
And what?
In that. Invest all your money in that icky.
Icky?
Yes.
I see I see I. Now, please, a little peace and quiet. Please. I'm meeting my bank manager tomorrow. I want to talk over some investments with him.
Carry on.
EMI looks good.
Can't go wrong then.
EMI? What do you know about it? What do you know about EMI? You don't even know what EMI stands for.
Yes, I do.
What?
Eric Morecambe's Irresistible.
Read your comic. Rio Tinto Zinc. 40s.
40.
Yeah.
They've got all those places on the motorway, haven't they?
That's right, yes, yes. That's them.
Good they are.
Oh, is that a fact?
I had a puncture on the motorway once. I took my car into 40s, he took the wheel off and put a donut on.
I'm trying to study the stock market.
Well, what's all this sudden interest then? In stocks and shares and investment all of a sudden? What's wrong? What's wrong with the tin under the bed?
Because it's not safe, is it? Read your comic. You're laughing.
Lord Snooty. Staying with his Aunt Agatha. for the weekend in that castle. She just said to him, "You had an Aunt Agatha, didn't you?" She died about 6 months ago?
2 months ago.
Was it 2 months? Time flies, doesn't it?
It's got nothing to do with you. That's family business.
You copped, did you?
Huh?
You get a little bit, did you?
If you must know, I've had a windfall.
There's some bicarb in the cupboard. How much did you leave you? Come on, be honest. How much did you leave you?
There was a great affection between us, and it was a terrible shock to me, I'll tell you.
You couldn't stand the flaming sight of her.
I loved my auntie, I did.
What a load of rubbish. You were a crawler. A crawler all the time she was here. You used to crawl.
Didn't crawl at any time. You've got to look after yourself in this life, you know. I didn't crawl.
How much you leave you?
It's my business.
She leave you a lot?
I'm not saying, am I?
I mean, if you put it in a case, will it be this big? Would you like a small piece of my chicken sandwich, John?
You're not getting any of the money.
You can have it all if you want.
I don't want it. And you are not getting any of the money, so don't try that on.
Would you like my milk? Can I have my milk, man?
Look, there's no point in being nice to me, because it doesn't suit you. You're not getting any of the money, so you can forget it.
Oh, what?
That's your attitude?
Good night.
Yes, Miss Dunn.
There's a Mr. Wise and a Mr.
Sorry.
Mr. Morecambe to see you, Mr. Big Sir.
You can show them both in.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, I had an appointment with you.
How do you do?
Eric, this is Mr. Biggs.
Oh, Biggs.
How do you do?
Biggs. Good name for a bank manager.
Yes.
Biggs.
Please sit down, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes. So this is where you do it?
This is where I do it.
Oh, good for you.
Why don't you sit down and shut up?
Yes. Why don't you sit down and shut up?
You!
I have your files here, Mr. Wise and Mr. Morecambe. Now, look, I'm a very busy man, and I should be grateful if you would tell me your business as quickly as you possibly can. I can let you have 2 minutes.
Well, my Aunt Agatha has just died and bequeathed to me a considerable legacy.
Oh, a considerable legacy.
Considerable, yes.
Rich on.
Rich.
Yeah.
Very rich. Very rich indeed.
A cigar, Mr. Wise.
Thank you very much, thank you.
I've got an auntie who isn't feeling too good, maybe half a cigar. Hey? Oh, yes.
Now, I expect you'd like some advice on investments.
Overseas investments, please.
Yes. Swiss banks.
Swiss banks.
Well, they're the best, aren't they? The best in the world, Swiss banks. The rate of exchange is very good there. You get 16 euros to the pound, I'm told.
Now, let's see what business interests you have at the moment.
Well, as you know, I'm a playwright of considerable note. Yes. And I would like to start my own publishing company of the Ernest Wise Plays Limited.
What a talented man you are. I had no idea you wrote plays.
Yes.
Only wrote 12 yesterday, that's all.
12 plays.
Oh, yes.
But I wasn't too happy about one of them.
But it'll be all right by tomorrow evening, won't
Oh, yes. When I've had my tea.
If it doesn't rain.
So your aunt has died and left you this money.
Yes, yes. I am her only living relative.
You're quite certain of that?
Positive, I just saw his leg move.
Yes.
He's a really living relative.
I'm a living relative.
Mr. Morecambe, please, I'm trying to discuss business with...
Yes. Well, you be quiet.
Now, I see that you have quite a large annuity.
Can you see it from there? Good Lord. He shouldn't, you know. He's got a belt at home, but he never wears it.
Will you shut up and stop butting in?
Oh, all right.
Be ashamed of you. See what I have to put up with? See? A grown man reading comics.
Yes, indeed. Now, let's see how best we can invest your legacy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself reading comics in a bank manager's office.
They're all in here.
All
All the good ones.
Now, there's Consolidated Copper, Amalgamated Tin,
Desperate Dan.
United Steel,
Pansy Potter.
Bonnie Bluebell, International Computers.
Who? What did you say then?
I do beg your pardon. It was seeing that comic paper brought it all back. Bonnie Bluebell was a character in the comic paper many, many years ago. Yeah.
Really? Well, I've read all the comic papers, and I don't remember a Bonnie Bluebell.
Oh, Bonnie Bluebell was a fairy who broke her wing, and a kind lady found her crying under a gooseberry bush.
It's sad, that. Happens a lot to fairies. Especially if there's been a frost about. It's the wings, you see, they're only gossamer. They snap, you know. Fairies' wings snap.
Underneath the cabbage.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Wise.
Bonnie Bluebell was found crying by the kind lady underneath the cabbage.
Mr. Wise, I had to write a thesis on popular comics when I was a student at Oxford, and I can assure you that Bonnie Bluebell was found by the kind lady under a gooseberry bush.
Underneath the cabbage?
No, he could be right.
Yeah?
Well, we didn't have a thesis at Milverton Street School, did we? If you remember, we always used the girls.
But Bonnie Bluebell was found underneath the cabbage.
Fairies do not hide under cabbages because of the spiders.
That's true.
I'm afraid you're a little confused.
I do not get confused, Mr. Wise. If you will cast your mind back, you will find that the person who hid under the cabbage was Norman the Gnome.
Norman the Gnome, I remember him. A little wizened-up old man. Big hook nose. And used to wear his glasses like that and walk like that all the time.
I'm afraid your mind is playing you tricks.
My mind is perfectly clear. Bonnie Bluebell never hid under a What am I saying? How did this start? Let's just get back to the business in hand, shall we?
I was very fond of Norman the Gnome.
Now, I suggest that you invest your legacy in United Steel and Amalgamated Tin, and possibly the rest in Unit Trust. Now, exactly how much have you to invest?
£12.50.
£1,250.
No, £12.50.
12 pounds.
50p.
It should have been £15, but she never took the empties back. She was going to leave it all to the cat's home, you know, then she realised that he needed the milk more than they did.
That's true. And milk's going up.
That'll make the cow's eyes water. Oh, I can imagine them in the field going...
I do not see any point, gentlemen, in discussing the investment of £12.50p.
How you going?
I suggest that you put it in a tin box under your bed.
I told her to do that. I could be a bank manager.
It's not safe, though, is it?
Thank you very much.
Just one moment, gentlemen. I'd like a word with Mr. Morecambe, please.
Oh, you?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
In private, please.
Oh, no. Anything you can say to me, you can say in front of him as long as he leaves.
Yes.
Very well, sit down.
Thank you.
Your overdraft. I see that you owe the bank £10.
Oh, yes.
What do you intend doing about it?
I leave it entirely up to you, sweetheart.
We've written to you several times.
Very nice.
Didn't you open the letters?
Well, I opened the first 2 or 3, but we're all saying the same thing, so we start the fire with them now.
What exactly do you do for a living?
What do we do for a living?
Well, we're just entertainers.
Oh, yes.
You're entertainers.
Just.
We used to appear on the stage before we closed all the variety theatres.
Oh, yes.
We used to tell jokes.
Wisecracks.
He does now and again. It's his age.
You know, it's a most extraordinary coincidence, but it just happens that I write jokes. Now, I wonder if you'd like to hear them. It's possible you might be able to use them in your act. Now, here's a marvellous one. Judge in court to prisoner. Have you ever been up before me? Prisoner. I don't know. What time do you get up in the morning? And then there's a teacher. Who wrote David Copperfield? Cheeky boy. How the dickens do I know? Well, do you think I I perhaps could send it to some other comedian.
Send him to Jimmy Tarbuck.
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy Tarbuck? Would he use my material?
I don't see why not. He uses everybody else's. You see, the point is, the mistake that you've made, if you don't mind me saying so, sir, the mistake you've made is that we don't do jokes as such. You know, anybody can do jokes. We do routines. We do routines about a telephone, about comics, about a cigar box, about a lighter, about money.
Money?
There's one that would interest you. A routine that we did years ago about money.
Well, I'd rather like to see that.
Yeah. Give us the £2 and we'll do it for you.
I haven't got £2.
I haven't got
You need some money for it, do you?
Yes, please. Yes.
Well,
It's just £2.
£2. Here we are. £2.
Thank you. Now, we'll stand up and do it for you.
Yes.
Stand up and do it for you.
I'm standing up.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right. Now, we used to walk on, and I say, hello, hi, nice to see you. Lend me £2. One will do, now you owe me one.
No.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
Watch it. Lend me £2. One will do, now you owe me one.
I don't understand.
Well, I'll show you. Ask me for £2.
Lend me £2.
There's £2. How much have you asked for?
£2.
How much have I given you?
£2.
How much have you borrowed?
£2.
How much do you owe me?
£2.
Thank you. That's enough. Yeah.
Look, could I ask a favour?
What?
Would you let me try and do that routine with him?
I don't see why not.
May I?
Yes, we'll all stand up. Stand up and do the routine
I'm
with
standing
him.
up.
Oh,
Are you? I'll give you
no,
get
we need £2.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. Now, do I have it or do
You hold it, you hold it.
I hold it, yes, right.
Let me. Hello there, how are you? Hello. Let me £2. One will do, now you owe me one.
No, I don't think so.
He's on to it. Good, yes.
Let me £2. One will do, now you owe me one.
No, that's not right.
Well, I'll show you. Ask me for £2.
Lend me £2.
There's £2. How much have you asked for?
£2.
How much have you given you?
£2.
How much have you borrowed?
£2.
How much do you owe me?
£2.
Thank you.
Would you let me do it this time, playing your part?
Oh, yes, stand up, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm standing up.
Oh, you're not?
We need £2. Do I have it all?
No, I have it this time.
Yes, right. Now, lend me £2.
Certainly, sir.
No, one will do. Now you owe me one.
Please.
Right?
Yes.
It's good,
Lend me £2.
Certainly, sir.
No, one will do. Now you owe me one.
Oh, no, I still don't understand.
Yeah, well, look, I'll take the £2. Now you asked me for it.
Let me £2.
There's £2.
Thank you.
How much have I given you?
£2.
How much have you got?
£2.
How much have you borrowed?
£2.
How much do I owe you?
£2.
There, I done it.
It's all good.
Did you know?
What? Yes.
I'd like to try this with my secretary.
Wouldn't we all?
Would you come in, please, Miss Dunn?
Miss Dunn.
Oh, yes, she's very clever.
Yeah, she will be in a minute.
Oh, Miss Dunn, these two gentlemen are entertainers. They just showed me a most amusing trick. She's got a great sense of humour.
Oh, it shows.
I'd like to try, let them try it on you. Now, you need £2. You've got £2? £2.
I'm afraid not, sir.
Oh, well, never mind. Here we are. £2. Now, go ahead.
Yeah. Let me £2. One will do, now you owe me one.
No, I don't think that's quite right.
She's clever. Let me £2. One will do, now you owe me one.
No, that's still not right.
Well, I'll show you. Ask me for £2.
Lend me £2.
There's £2. How much have you asked for?
£2.
How much have I given you?
£2.
How much have you borrowed?
£2.
How much do you owe me?
£2.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just one moment, gentlemen. The money.
Oh, yeah.
Your overdraft. You still owe the bank £10.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll pay it now. 1, 2, 3. What's the date?
The 7th.
8, 9, 10. Pay you right now. Yeah. Goodbye. Here. Let me pay you money in a minute.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years and never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.
Hey, who's laughing? Everybody. Takes nerve, this, you know. I'm going back a bit now.
A stop chorus.
It is. You should have stopped years ago.
Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.